disregard the mess. Hi everyone, this is Deanna, the Organized Miss, and I'm so excited to show you the completed journal. So I was making this really kind of a sample to show someone who had asked me to make a book for her, and I had a couple different ideas. She pretty much just gave me free rein, but just said she didn't want really a lot of flowers in it. And so right off I got the hint that she wasn't a super shabby chic junk journalist, but she loved mine. That was, you know, had flowers and stuff. So I thought I would use this that I was working on, and I started the tutorial, and this is the finished product. So I'm going to insert the video of a couple of the steps that I had done and filmed along the way, and then take you through the flip through. And I'm finally getting back to working on this altered book here. So it's Knights of the Range, and I have removed the pages and glued them together to form pockets, and that's as far as I've gotten here. Let it dry. Tried a slightly different technique to try to keep my pages from warping as much as they did last time, so I am pleased with the outcome of this one. So that's where I'm starting at. I then decided to create some digital papers to go in here for what I'm specifically working on. I found this this is wallpaper. I found this at when I was antique and thrifting, and I thought, you know, I think this will go well with the theme of the book. I decided to make it slightly Western, so I also found these, and I thought, you know, I'm going to scan that in and see what I can do with the theme of my book. So I've just been playing a little bit here. So I scanned them in, and I decided to create maybe tuck spots, I think, with these. I think these will be like corner tuck spots on the pages. And so I've done a little, kind of just a little bit of playing around with some images, and then I layered it in a program with some kind of vintage line paper to give this. I think I'm going to use this on my end papers, the front and the back of the book. And then I've got some several coffee dyed papers just lined to give some room to write. I made some with, I used the same kind of paper, but then I created some with this border, so I'd have some red in there and also some blue. Oh yes, I was playing with how that would look if I'm not sure if I will use blue on blue or maybe add the red to the blue. I hadn't decided yet. And so my next step is to trim all these down. I designed them to be the size that I needed in here. So they're all roughly, not roughly, they measure 5, now I don't remember what they measure. I think they measure 5 by 7 1/4. And they will fit in here. I played around with this wallpaper, just give me some ideas of things. So I did some punches, and then this tag, because I'm still having fun with all the postage stamps, and I'm trying to use up the red and blue things that I have in my stash. And I still have tons of pages from the last book that I did, which was Code of the West, and now I have even more, so I'll find some more book page things in here. And I have no idea where this is going, none whatsoever. I just want to start documenting it and kind of see what evolves from here. So thanks for letting me share with you. There's mess everywhere, but I finally have my pages glued in, and I really like keeping the title page, so I just kind of made decisions as I went through what where I wanted to sprinkle the color throughout the page or throughout the book, and how I wanted to kind of divide it up. And so I have done that, and I am going to let this kind of sit. It is ready for the next thing, which will be embellishing the pages. I decided to sew my own band for this, and it was to keep with the theme. And I used just some burlap and just sewed some decorative stitching around it because I wanted to fray the sides, and but for it to not come unraveled, some elastic into it, so it would be a nice little band. I made it go this way, and so for me, I really try to put a lot of thought into when I'm making a journal. I like to make it for people I know, or if I don't know them, I like to get to know them in the process. And so this will be for a sweet girl who's going to use it for journaling, I think. And so I really just thought about how, if I were writing in a journal, what kind of things would inspire me. And so I wanted the frayed edges because that's kind of like life, right? We have, our edges are frayed, but we have, if you believe in God, I do, and Jesus, we have something that holds us together. And so I wanted to have my, what I was thinking about while I made this kind of sprinkled throughout. She asked me to put my signature in, and I know she meant like sign my name, but because I still have anxiety with handwriting, I like my signature to be the special touches. So I did write a note, but I tried to use things like this throughout. So the title is Knights of the Range, and so for me that means cowboys, and I have all things Western and cowboy on the brain because of the Frontier Western celebration starting. So that is the theme of this book, and I really kind of stepped out and, like I said, tried some new things with making my own digital paper, kind of my own kit. Library card here, it is a journal card. She could use it throughout the book. And so my colors, I just used the book colors, blue and red. I left the title page on there because I like that. And then I just kind of sprinkled the pages throughout. This was I had found this image many moons ago, so I just imported it into a program and kind of played with the sizing along with some of this imagery to make a tuck spot. And when I showed her the sample, I didn't have any of my embellishments in the book yet. It was just the papers, and I had them kind of pinned on in places throughout the book where I thought I was going to put them. And she loved it. She wanted it right away, like that day. And I said, it's not even done. So I've left it really kind of really simple and clean for her to kind of fill up herself. But I left a lot of places for journaling and tucking spots in. And these boots, just perfect little die cuts. And then there are pages. So these are pocket pages. And I just tried to make it a little interesting with the placement of the papers. And so for me, this would be my signature, is to remind myself, but others, that we are children of the King. So she's a daughter of the King, and I've put a special note on the back of this for her, and I'd say that would be my signature. So I try to include something with crowns or being a child of the King in my journals somewhere. Sometimes they're more obvious, sometimes they're a little more hidden, so it's kind of fun to do that. And then just these embellishments, that I used the wallpaper with. It was so much fun. So again, there's pockets everywhere for her to put her own notes in, but I did decide I was going to put this on the page, and then I really know that she seemed to like being able to do some of that herself. I just slid it in here to remind her that she can put things in there. She could leave that in there and just could be a fold out, or she could attach it to the page someplace. So I have a couple in the book there. Some more little tuck spots here for her to include her own notes or notes from others, and that's pretty it. I did want to include some tactile embellishments because she did like my book that was full of all the things. I didn't put a lot, so that she could fill this up herself, but just to kind of give her a starting off point. And so 2 or 3 of those in here, another tuck spot. I tried to leave plenty of room for notes, for her to write her notes, to glue things to the page, whatever, you know, stick, write, paint, whatever she wants to do in here. So this is how it has turned up. I did decide to do a flap. I'm really excited to include that in there. And I used some of this same material that's on the front. So just wanted to kind of tie it in. And so that's about the end of it here. I'm really excited to step out of my comfort zone and try a few new things as far as creating the digital papers, or kind of putting together the look that I wanted to go with this book. So that was a lot of fun. I see more of this style in my future. So thank you for letting me share the flip through of this finished product. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, what's that? Little. Sorry about that.